Hello, and welcome to another episode of Talk Music with Devo. I'm your host, Devo. Still no theme music. Still no theme music. Oh well. Before I get started, I would like to issue a very small apology. When I first started this, I said that I would try to make it a week or every other week when I posted a video, and that didn't happen between episode 2 and 3. I will touch on that in another episode. I'm going to have a friend of mine come on, and I think he'll be able to help me explain it to y'all. Plus, it'll be good to just have a second opinion, a second mind on the topic. So again, I apologize, but if you're watching this, then I guess you're over it, and let's move on. So this episode, I'm going to talk about it. You know when you see someone playing and you can just tell they have it, they've got it, they've got what it takes to shine, they've got what it takes to make it, they've just got it. On the other hand, you might see someone who just doesn't have it. No matter how hard they try, they can practice and practice and try and try and try. And granted, they never give up, but they just don't have it. I have taught many different age groups how to play instruments. I'm not going to be the one to tell a kid, especially a kid, but even an adult who's just now trying to really learn how to play a new instrument, I'm not going to be the one to tell you that you don't have it, especially if you're coming to me to teach you. I've had a couple of students who have been on the same 2 or 3 pages for a month or longer, where other students usually get to these pages and they just fly by. It's partially because they don't practice, they don't go home, and they don't have the desire to learn and to practice. That's a big thing, but that might be a whole other episode. They just don't have it. I don't ever mean to put them down. They're kids. They're just learning. They don't even know if music is their thing. They're probably just trying it out. But some of them simply don't have it. It's just a fact. For them, I feel like it's not as fun to take lessons because they're not getting it. They don't have it. They're just not getting it. So they don't want to go home and practice. It's like if your parents put you in, I don't know, baseball. Baseball was kind of fun. Soccer. I hated soccer. It was too much running back and forth. I'm a musician. I like to, kind of stay put if I can help it. But my mom put me in soccer when I was younger. I hated it. I didn't try. I didn't try hard. I kind of back and forth during games and practice and stuff. I did not have it for soccer. I don't have it for any kind of sport. But I accept that. Sports just isn't my thing. I've had conversations with these kids' parents or guardian or whoever is bringing them to the lesson about the kids not progressing. Some of the parents kind of look to me for that, like, why aren't you teaching them better? And some of them do understand that it's the kid that's not going home and practicing. I've even told the kids in front of the parents, go home and practice. I want to see you have this done by next lesson. I've even sat down with the parents and told them the next lesson. Anyway, the parents would ask me why their kids aren't getting any better, and I would have to explain they don't have it. They don't have the desire. They don't have that burning passion for it. And there's nothing against that. But as the person who really wants to see your kid excel, I'm not going to tell you to stop doing lessons. I will say that your kid might be interested in something else, but I'm not going to tell you that your kid doesn't have what it takes. I believe even if you don't have it, you can still have it. But it's going to take a lot more work. Now, I've told parents, your kid just isn't into it. You can probably, really be putting your money into something that they like to do. I'm not going to say you're wasting my time because this is what you're paying me to do. But I will say you can either continue to pay for lessons and maybe your kid improves, maybe he or she doesn't. But I'm not going to be the one to tell your kid no. I'm not going to be the one to tell somebody to stop, to give up. But there are also some people who try and try and try. They want it so bad, but they just don't have it. Look, kids that are learning how to play, adults that are learning how to play, go you. I've said it before, go you. As long as you are trying to learn something like this, it's better for you, or go you, good job. But there's gonna come a time where it's like, put it down. Now I know I said I would never tell somebody to stop, but when you have been trying and just not getting it for so long, or when you can kind of get it, okay. There are some people who will hit a certain point in their musical adventure and they can learn the music theory, they can practice all day and all night, but they just don't get it. They just can't go any farther. Now here's where you learn the good and the bad of it. It isn't just the getting it factor. It's a bigger thing than it. Another contributing factor to it is attitude. You can be the greatest musician in your group, in your area. You can be in one of the greatest progressive metal bands out there, and you can still have a bad attitude. There's a particular group, I very much enjoy their music, but I've met them a couple of times, and I don't care for them as people. You listen to their music, and you know they've got it. They've got it. They're tight. They're on. They're all over the place. So you know they've got it. But in my experience with them, they're full of themselves. I feel like that affects it. You can be an incredible musician, but if you're an asshole, sorry, Grandma, people aren't going to want to work with you. They're not going to want to support you. They're not going to want to come to your shows or buy your albums. They'll still listen to your music for free because you're a good musician. Attitude matters too. Another factor is charisma. You can be a great musician. You can have a wonderful attitude, but if you are the type that just gets up on the stage and just kind of plays your part, you sing your songs, you don't make eye contact with the crowd, you don't move around the stage, you don't headbang, you're missing part of it. See, big picture. People want charismatic entertainers. That's what you are. You're an entertainer, an artist. You could just be the coolest dude, but if you won't go talk to the fans and the people that are there listening to you, it might throw some people off. There's quite a bit to it. It's not just the one it. It's quite a few things that make it. If you put all those not so good factors together, I feel bad for saying this kind of stuff. If you have been lacking in any of those areas and you continue to do so, you continue to not improve musically no matter how hard you practice, you continue to rub people the wrong way no matter how much you try to adjust your attitude, and no matter how many times you sit in front of a mirror and practice what you're going to say on stage, and and this person's going to say this to this, and I'm going to react like that, and it's going to be a great night. No matter how many times you do that, maybe you just can't bring yourself to deliver. You might want to find something else to do. I feel terrible. Kudos, good job, you tried, but it might be good for you to take all of that energy and invest it into something else. Something that you do have it for. Maybe you don't have it musically, but maybe you can paint a sweet landscape. Take all of that creative energy that you're trying to force into music and put it into painting or dancing or working on boats. When I say try something else, when I say to let it go, I don't mean give up. I never want to tell somebody to give up. If you truly want it, and if you truly have it, You can achieve it. I've always said everybody has it. They just have to find it. That doesn't necessarily mean everybody has it for music. If they dig deep enough, they can become a great musician. If you practice enough, you can become a great musician. But if you don't have it for music, it's just not going to work. You're going to fight and fight and fight, and in the end, you're always going to disappoint yourself because you just can't do it. Oh, I'm not telling you to give up. Just redirect. On the other side of things, there are the people who just have it. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'd say I've got it. Might be slacking in the charisma department a little bit. I'm not just using this platform to brag about how awesome I am. I definitely have areas that I need to improve in. And I, personally, work to improve in those areas. Not to sit here and just talk about me, but I feel like I have it. Ever since I was young, I've just had this desire to play music. My first concert was Aerosmith, and when I saw them on stage for the first time, it wasn't oh, that's cool, I want to watch more concerts. It was, I want to do that. There was something in me that just knew that's what I want to do. And I have been striving for it my entire life. I mentioned it earlier, but I really do feel like I can work on the charisma area. I can get on stage and play shows all day, every day, but when it comes to talking to people, I have some work to do. Maybe I don't have it. Good luck getting me to give up music. I feel like, personally, one way or the other, no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to be involved in music. And there's no getting out of it. It can also be a curse. You can have it to the extent that you just can't be happy doing anything else. But enough about me. You know, you go to a certain show and you got two bands playing. And one band gets up there and they just rock the house musically. They are so heavy, they're headbanging, they're hitting all their cues, and the music is just so heavy. And they say, you know, thank you, we're so-and-so, good night. And that's it. Maybe they're buttholes, maybe they're shy. But you know, while they're on stage, you know they just have it. They're so in sync with each other. You can tell that these guys are just naturals. Maybe they have degrees in music, maybe they use a lot of theory, maybe they don't. And the other band gets up there and they are just, you know, they were visiting with everybody before the show. They were standing front row listening to the first band, and they are just a handful of cool dudes. But when they get up on that stage and the music starts playing, you need to go smoke a cigarette or something like that, because they just don't have it. Sorry, fellas. You're out of here. There are some people that man, they got it so much, you're almost jealous of them. It's like no matter what instrument they pick up, they can play instantly. And I don't mean just like, oh, I can play a few chords on every instrument. No, I mean like they're masters of everything they touch. They're good looking, friendly, super down to earth. No matter how much you want to, you just can't hate them because they're so nice. That just jams my jimmies. Just when you think you got it, someone comes along and makes you just want to give up. But that just goes to show that there are multiple levels of it. Some people have it where it is playing panty droppers at a party. Some people's it is playing in a band that does little weekend tours every now and then. Some people's it is that they can just touch anything and it turns to gold. What it comes down to for me personally is if you have it, congratulations. Don't give up. Don't stop trying. Don't stop practicing. If you've got it, good. A lot of people don't. If you don't have it, don't give up. I don't mean don't give up in the sense of don't give up doing what you're doing. Keep working a little longer at it. Maybe it'll kick in. But if it doesn't, don't give up. Look for the next thing. Never stop trying to find what your purpose is. So give up, but don't give up. But give up. But don't give up. Thanks for listening to me ramble, you guys. I've got to get some scheduling done and get our guest star in. Hopefully it won't take as long to get the next episode out. Again, I'm just rambling in front of a camera. If you don't watch, then it's weird. This wouldn't be a proper video if I didn't give you the whole like, share, comment below speech. So like, share, comment below on what you want to talk about in other episodes. If you want to be featured on an episode, hit me up. Give me something you want to talk about. Let's promote your band. Let's talk about why you loved marching season instead of concert season so much. Ooh, I'm going to keep that one. I'm really looking forward to this next episode. I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this episode too. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time on Talk Music with Devo. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Outro.